Hey, what's up YouTube? Hey, in this video I'm going to refuel my fuel caddy using this battery powered transfer pump that I unboxed in a recent video. I have several containers of fuel and I'm going to just see how long it takes to refuel my fuel caddy with this battery powered transfer pump. So let's get started. So if you missed the video of the unboxing of this battery powered fuel transfer pump, I'm gonna leave a link in the description of the video. For this particular unit, I'm using 4 AA batteries. I got 4 AA batteries. You could use actually 2 batteries, but I'm going back with 4 AA batteries, and I'm just sitting it here on this 5-gallon jug that I'm going to use to refuel the fuel caddy. Before we get started, I just wanted to show you is that here you can see it has a little sensor there on the top, and that's designed that if this thing fills and fuel touches that sensor, this thing automatically shuts off. So it's kind of like a set it and forget it. I could siphon the gas using my hand pump, but I'm just going to use a battery powered transfer pump. And I just got the impeller sitting down in here, and I'm just going to turn it on, and we're going to just let this thing refuel. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to hit this on button. You're going to see fuel come out. It's going right over in the top. I'm going to pull it up so you guys can see how much is coming out. Look how much fuel is coming out of this thing. That's a lot of fuel. And it just clips right there, and if it overfills, it'll stop on its own. And just look at this thing, man. It works really well. If I got any complaints, I don't have an attachment for the neck of the container, but that's okay. It just sits right in there. And one of the things I also like about this thing is that you can plug up the provided USB Type-C, plug it into a USB Type-A, and it'll run without batteries. So I kind of like that about it, and I really like this because I can just set it and forget it. If this thing overfills, it'll just shut itself off. Now, one of the things about my fuel caddy is that I installed this fuel filter, and I didn't want to roll the pump backwards and have any trash to go back inside of the fuel caddy. I want my fuel just to go one way. This thing is designed for one way. So as you guys can see, I mean, it's almost down to the end. Look at that. This thing is almost down to the end. So I'm gonna tilt the bucket. You don't want this thing to run dry. I'm gonna tilt it, and I wanna make sure that we get all of the fuel out of here. Look at that. I mean, it's almost down to the very last drop. Look at that. So now we're starting to, I'm gonna shut it off. And it actually filled it pretty quick. I really like that. This thing is a game changer. So now I don't have to worry about rolling my pump to fill up these containers or to empty the containers. You can use this to take fuel out of power tools that you may have, or you can use it to actually fill up different things that you may have. I'm going to take my VP racing jug. I'm going to take my VP racing jug, which is also full of fuel, and we're going to set that nozzle to the side. And this thing is full of fuel as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my siphon or the impeller sit it right over inside of that VP Racing jug, and I'm going to just sit it there. I'm not even going to use the provided nozzles because it don't fit, and I'm just going to turn it on. Here we go. So look at that, we're getting a lot of fuel that's coming out of that thing. I mean, it's sucking it down pretty quick. Look at that. One of the comments that I've actually been getting is, it must be hard to keep this fuel caddy full. And I would like to respond to a lot of the viewers that, you know, speak negative about my fuel caddy. It's really not hard to keep it full because I just keep about 2 or 3 5-gallon containers inside of my pickup truck, and anytime I fill up my truck, I just fill up these containers, bring it back here to the fuel caddy, and I keep it topped off. The trick is not letting the fuel caddy run empty. That's the trick. So as you guys can see, all of the fuel now is coming out of these cans. It's going up the hose, and it's going right over inside of this fuel caddy, and if this thing gets full, it's going to automatically shut off, and that's the beauty of this sensor. So if you guys want to talk negative about my transfer pump, you know, it's obvious that some people, you know, they don't think outside the box. I really love this fuel caddy. It comes in very handy, pumping fuel into items, or I can just use the transfer pump as well. So it's actually easy to keep this thing, it's actually easy to keep the fuel caddy full. I'm gonna look in here, we're getting kind of down to the end. It doesn't take long. So I can run the hand pump, crank it, or I can just use this transfer pump. And that's one of the reasons that I got it, is because I didn't want to just run the hand pump and pull dirt back into the fuel caddy. I want all of the fuel to come through the fuel filter that I actually installed. If you guys missed the installation of my fuel filter that I put on this thing, I'm gonna leave a link for that video as well. And so we get down to the end. I can hear it actually starting to, you can hear it kind of, just gonna tilt it a little bit. You don't want to let this thing run just completely dry. So I'm gonna turn it off. Just gonna turn it off and verify how much fuel I got left in my fuel caddy. So I'm gonna take my additional last 5 gallons jug, and we're going to just move it over. Just gonna turn this thing on so it don't overflow. There we go. It's going right inside. It's gonna sit there right there on the top. And we're gonna just let this run. This thing gotta get close to near full. But again, it's supposed to shut off if it's full. Just gonna take a peek over there and see if I can see the fuel. Getting close to the top. And I'm just gonna let this thing run. The battery powered transfer pump. And I just want to verify that this thing is going to shut off like it's supposed to. Getting close. And I'm going to try to leave about 10% of room inside of the tank for expansion. So this thing is almost down, as you guys can see. Look at that. Yeah, we're gonna just let it run. Should be cutting off here in a moment. down to the very end. And I really love this 35-gallon fuel caddy. This thing comes in handy. And for my naysayers that said that this thing is hard to keep full, no, it's not. It's actually pretty easy. So actually the can is starting to run out. Look at that. I'm gonna tilt it. Just gonna tilt it. And we're almost done. Look at that. So now I can shut it off. So it actually fills it up pretty quick. I'm gonna remove this nozzle, and we're gonna drain this back inside of the tank. And I'm trying to do this with one hand. I'm gonna take this little nozzle and clip it here on the side. And I'm just gonna let the fuel drain back into the container. So how far did it take it down? Look at that. It's down to just a little, maybe a couple cups of fuel, maybe 1 cup. I mean, it's down to empty. And same here on my VP racing jug. I can pour the remaining fuel from these containers over into the fuel caddy. May have enough room for 1 more gallon. Let's see if we can put 1 more gallon in there. Okay, so we're gonna put this last gallon in there. I'm gonna turn it on. You can see the fuel going up to the top. So it's really easy to keep this fuel caddy full of fuel. And it's starting to run out already. Look at that. I'm gonna shut it off here. Shut it off. Turn it back on. And it looks like we are just going to tilt it because it's almost out. And we're down to the empty. We're down to the end. I'm going to turn this thing off. So I probably got maybe a quart left in all 3 containers. I'm just going to pour them over in the top. Again, one of the things I really like about this battery powered transfer pump is that if fuel gets on that sensor, it automatically shuts it off, kind of like at a gas station when your tank is full. It'll shut it all the way off. And it's the battery powered transfer pump. I will include a link where I picked this up. You can use it to take fuel out, like a generator or a pressure washer, or you can use this thing to actually fill your motorcycle like the Gold Wing, or you can use it to fill your fuel caddy. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comment section below. If you like this video, just click the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you a little bit later out here in the Caliente garage.